pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we bring you a special program in memoriam to a fallen hero, mercilessly slain by a horde of assassins, under the personal command of Madam Hydra. His body is yet to be recovered from the depths of the Hudson River. Only his bullet-riddled helmet and world-famous shirt remain, grim reminders of the former glory of the fallen Avengers. But the most mysterious item of all is an amazingly lifelike face mask, still bearing the features of Steve Rogers. Commissioner, what is your explanation of the Steve Rogers face mask?
It can only mean one thing. The man whom the world knew as Captain America was not really Steve Rogers. He only pretended to be, to conceal his true identity, an identity which may now be lost to us forever.
I have heard enough. We have scored our greatest triumph. Captain America, no matter whom he really was, is dead at last! Thus, we begin our new master plan. But first, go to the fire room and bring me his complete dossier. There is a final ritual to perform. You have it? Hand it to me. And so it is done. Who could ever have thought it would be I who destroyed Captain America? I, whose earliest memories were living nightmares, whose parents met death at the hands of the revolution and strife toward Europe. I who escaped with my life, but at a terrible price. At the price of a face, one side of which was permanently scarred and disfigured. For years I struggled for mere survival, living by my wits as best I could. With none to guide me, with none to care, I drifted into a life of crime, culminating with the deaths of Baron Strucker. Then, at the touch of a button, I eliminated those of highest Hydra rank, so that I alone would then become Supreme Hydra! But never can I escape the tyranny of my mirror.
But Madam Hydra is not the only one who broods this night. Elsewhere, at Avengers HQ, we find...
I keep reading the words over and over again, but they don't register. They don't really sink in. I can't make myself believe them. I can't. I have to snap out of it. Can't go on like this. In the next room, the Avengers are assembled. I mustn't keep them waiting.
The youth approaches.
We know how difficult this is for you, son.
It isn't easy for any of us.
We have to learn exactly what happened.
Thus we bid thee, speak. 'Tis to no avail. Grief hath truly stilled his tongue.
He's still in shock. We'll have to wait.
It's all right, boy. We understand.
I still can't talk about it. I'm sorry, but I can't. Just one more thing. You have to call Nick Fury.
It shall be done.
Fury was probably his oldest friend.
Steve used to tell me how they knew each other during the war.
Then it is for Colonel Fury to deliver the final tribute.
A short time later, within the austere confines of a midtown funeral parlor.
Will you all please come this way?
Among the mourners are the men he had fought with, and the girl who had won his heart.
If only it were a dream. If only it weren't so brutally, so terribly real.
The casket in front of you contains a dummy. 'Cause we never found Steve's body, but we weren't about to let that stop us from giving Cap this tribute. Anything we say is just to make us feel better. 'Cause Captain America doesn't need our praise. His whole life, and the way he lived it, was the greatest epitaph a guy could have. I'm not much at making speeches, but it doesn't matter. 'Cause there's nothing I can say you don't already know. We're gonna miss you, Cap.
Meanwhile, at the Avengers Mansion, there is another who misses Captain America.
I gotta stop acting this way. I have to go to the chapel to say goodbye, no matter how much it may hurt.
For long, torturous moments, the mighty Avengers and the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. stand motionless, each wrapped up in his own sober thoughts.
Hey, wait a minute.
Why didst thou so exclaim? What is now amiss?
There's something in the coffin. It looks like a card.
The minute Fury touched it, the room filled with gas.
It took us all by surprise. No time to hold breath.
The gas was as fast-acting, as effective as Madam Hydra promised.
And they never suspected a thing.
Quickly now, back into our Hydra garb. Phase 1 has proceeded perfectly, madam.
Now prepare for Phase 2!
Hail, Hydra! Immortal Hydra! We shall never be destroyed! Cut off a limb, and 2 more shall take its place!
Not only have we destroyed Captain America, but the Avengers as well!
Meanwhile, outside...
That's funny. Everything's locked up. But it doesn't make sense. The Avengers said they'd be here most of the night till the funeral tomorrow. Hey, what's that? Hydra. Loading those bins into waiting cars. I don't know what it means, but I know I've got to follow them.
Slowly, silently, the grim motorized caravan makes its way through the fog-shrouded streets until...
Keep going. The gates are open.
They've stopped. This is my chance to take cover. But what if the Avengers are in those bins? I can't afford to wait any longer.
You'll wait, unless you want to get it right now.
Suddenly the scene is shattered by a nerve-searing roar of defiance as a dozen Hydra killers whirl about to see a high-powered motorcycle leaping from the crest of a hill. And as the thundering machine splays the marble and granite of battered tombstones in its path, a sinewy red, white, and blue thunderbolt on a mission of vengeance smashes into their midst. Captain America lives!
Don't just stand there, boy! Move!
Cap, it's you! You're alive!
He tricked us somehow, but now he will die for certain.
Guess again, creep!
After them! Nothing must stop us now! In the name of Hydra, they must be destroyed!
A man can be destroyed. A team or an army can be destroyed. But how do you destroy an ideal, a dream? How do you destroy a living symbol, or his indomitable will, his unquenchable spirit? Perhaps these are the thoughts which thunder within the murderous minds of those who have chosen the way of Hydra, of those who face the fighting fury of freedom's most fearless champion, the gallant, red, white, and blue garbed figure who has been a towering source of inspiration to liberty lovers everywhere. How can the fearsome forces of evil ever hope to destroy the unconquerable Captain America?
Rick, grab a pistol. I'll hold them off while you do it, boy. Everything depends on the next few seconds. There, on the ground, get it!
Something in mind, and I'm not gonna fail him no matter what. I won't let him down.
Now stand there with it pointed this way. No matter what happens, hold your ground. I'm coming towards you now. They should be behind me, all bunched together just as I planned. Now, aim at the gas tank of my fallen cycle. It's filled with a special explosive fuel. As soon as they're near it, fire!
Gotcha, Cap.
Now there's no one left but Madam Hydra. But she can keep. We've got to check on the Avengers. Luckily they're all right. They'll be coming to in minutes.
Cap, behind you, right near that crypt. Watch it! She's up to something.
I failed. I've lost everything. And now, according to the code of Hydra, my own life must be forfeit. It is only fitting. It is only right. But I can still make amends. Still save myself by destroying our greatest enemies.
Under missiles, coming right at us. They're guided by the heat of our bodies. Fall in here, fast! They'll rocket over our heads and detonate themselves against the crypt before they can change direction.
Call it destiny, or the wondrous workings of fate, or merely another of life's inexplicable ironies. Call it what you will. But in a matter of split seconds, she who had been Madam Hydra reaps the grim harvest she had so mercilessly sown.
It's over, Cap. You've beaten them. We've won.
The battle is never ended, Rick. There will be others to take her place.
But what about you? I saw the Hydra bullets hit you when you dove into the river.
It's what I wanted them to see. I had to make them think Steve Rogers was dead. When they captured you, I realized how vulnerable you were. Because it was no secret that Captain America and Steve Rogers were one and the same. The only way to stop us from always being sitting ducks was to convince the world that Captain America is not Steve Rogers. That's the reason I inflated a rubberized figure dressed in my own helmet and shirt. It was that figure wearing the Steve Rogers face mask which you saw fired upon in Hit. And now, though the world will realize that Captain America still lives, none can be sure who is the man beneath the mask. And so, Captain America has a secret identity once more.